So in my last video, I realized that uh, I didn't really give like a formal, I guess, introduction to like what this is or like who I am or whatever. Um, so I guess I'm gonna do that now, and I guess that's gonna be this episode's topic, I suppose. So first, I'm gonna say hello. My YouTube username, I guess, is 3 a.m. Honestly, say that how you want. I originally planned for it to be like said as if like you're saying 3 a.m. like the time, right? But you kind of just say it so it's all one word instead of like separate. Um so you would say it kind of fast. So like 3 a.m. 3 a.m. 3 a.m. So like 3 and then a and then yem like YEM. And I guess the inspiration for like how that came about, I suppose, is like without doxing myself too hard. Um, a couple years ago, I want to say in like I think my sophomore year of uh high school, I want to say. Um, in my friend group that I had that I don't talk to or hang out with now because a year later in my junior year I fell out with them, but no drama, but that's like another topic for another time. Um we were going around uh trying to figure out, like what were people's demon hour, and for any of you that remember demon hour, and I don't know if this is the exact, like, I guess I want to say like setting maybe, or like I'm not saying like this is exactly what happened, but I know it was like it came from demon hour, right? So essentially, we went around asking each other like, "Oh, what's your demon hour? What's your demon hour? What's the time?" And for demon hour, I'm pretty sure if I can remember, it's like when you get like freaky or something like that. And people were all going around saying their times, and then when it got to me, um, I didn't really know what to say. Like, I didn't want to say a time that like someone else has already said, because like that's kind of like dumb. And I also wanted to say something that's like kind of funny, but I really didn't know what. So I just, like, I kind of struggled coming up with one, and then someone said 3 a.m. I was like, "Oh hell yeah, that's funny, bro. That's funny." Cuz like I'm pretty sure at that time, like 3 a.m. challenges were kind of hot. I'm pretty sure like 3 a.m. challenges on YouTube were kind of hot, and like they're like those videos were like kind of stupid because like their reactions were like so exaggerated and all that. And I thought that was funny. I thought it was cool. I thought it was like unorthodox. And like ever since then, that like time, that specific time, like 3 a.m., has literally stuck with me. Like, honestly, it's literally stuck with me. And I mean, that's realistic. That's, you know, how it came to be, how 3 a.m. came to be, I guess. A little bland of a story, to be honest. Not really anything uh too eccentric, you know. Before I had this channel though, I did have another one which had nothing on it, right? It had nothing on it. And like this one, it was a completely new channel. This channel was completely like separate. Like this account was completely separate from my personal YouTube. Obviously, this isn't my, personal YouTube account that I use. But before this one, Originally, my name or my username, I was gonna do Rumi, Rumi, because, and the only reason why, because like I wanted to do that was because there's a character in My Hero Academia called Rumi Usagiyama, and she's like my favorite character. So like, I thought that's a pretty cool name. Let's just do Rumi. Um, so I made an account for that one, and then I just never did anything on that one. Like, there's nothing. I don't even think you can find it because it has literally nothing on it. And then I made this one because I liked 3 a.m. better. There's more of a story to this one than Rumi, I suppose. But like, not really that eccentric, not really that, out there, I guess. Um, with probably other people's like username stories and all that. I in front of me I have like a little checklist, like what I want to talk about. So hopefully that'll kind of keep me on track for like this little icebreaker episode, I guess. And I mean like icebreaker, like it's so corny because like icebreakers is like, you do icebreakers in like college. And in my opinion, like I think icebreakers do very little because like no one really pays attention, at least in from my experience. But yeah. Um I guess I want to talk about next is video format, like what kind of video is this? Essentially, like I think I did briefly mention it in the last video, in my last video. But essentially this is literally just going to be me playing Minecraft on like no edits, just me. And it's just going to be me playing Minecraft, just talking talking about, things that I like, maybe opinions on stuff. Um, shoot, what else? Things I like, opinions on stuff, and just like anything that's just been on my mind. Excuse me. Anything that's been on my mind, anything that weighs on my mind. I think a lot, like as a person, I think very often, and I overthink also very often. And I don't really have anyone to talk to comfortably about most of my stuff, even though like a lot of it is not, it's not even serious. But yeah, essentially that's what this is gonna be. I guess you could think of it like almost like it's a podcast, I guess, but it's just like a really lame kind of like not really structured, like really bad podcast, I guess. Um, when I was younger, and I think, shoot, I don't even know how old I was, or like when this was. I want to say maybe freshman year of high school. I did with one of my friends think of a podcast idea because I thought that would be cool. Um, that never came to be. It was kind of just like a joke thing as well. So, I mean, yeah. But yeah, no, this is literally just gonna be me playing Minecraft. Um, just talking about random stuff, rants, talking about things I like, talking about things that's on my mind, opinions, probably a lot of opinions, and I mean, yeah. Um, it's not really meant for viewing pleasure, really, because I mean, there's no face cam of me. Number one, and number two, it's not even cut, right? The video isn't cut, so you know, it's really more of like a auditory, like just listening type of thing. Like my intent with this is that like you put this on in like the background while you go do something else. Like you go through something productive, or I mean, if you want to, maybe play it in the back while you try to sleep. I don't know. Just that you have this on in the background while you go do something that's productive, like you go do homework, or you put this in the back and just kind of listen as you do laundry or something. That's really the intent with this, right? Not really meant for viewing pleasure. There's not really anything, it's not really going to be anything special, um, at least with my Minecraft content. So, yeah. And I guess that's another thing. Like, why Minecraft? You know, like why this game in particular over another game, right? Which I think is a valid question because there probably is other games that I could um use, right, or like record over, that isn't Minecraft, right? Just trying to name one. Maybe Terraria could be one because I do like playing Terraria as well, right? I do like playing Terraria. Terraria is a fun game, I think. Um, but with Minecraft, I feel like there is a lot of, I want to say, potential. Maybe. Can I not put that in there? I guess not. Potential. I want to say, and because mainly because like modability, and I, it's the same thing with Terraria because like Terraria, I know you can mod Terraria, and I do love playing Calamity. Um, but I don't know Minecraft. I've never. The main reason why I chose Minecraft was because I've always wanted like a forever world in Minecraft because like I see like, you know, a bunch of people do um hardcore let's plays of like their forever world, and like streams of doing their forever world, and whether that's, in Bedrock or in Java. Excuse me, I got a burp. And I've always looked at them and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like, and Minecraft is like my childhood game. I know for like a bunch of other people like my age, like their childhood game was probably like Black Ops 2 or like Modern Warfare. I didn't really get into shooters as a kid, to be completely honest. Truthfully, I was into like, I mean, Minecraft, Terraria, um, what's another one? Oh, Castle Crashers, junk like that. I wasn't into shooters that much, admittedly. I do like them, but like they're not they're not the most my style, to be completely honest. They're not the most my style, right? And so yeah, I that's what I want to try to do with this. I want to try and at least play on this world for, longer than 2 weeks. Right? 2 week Minecraft phase and all that. I want to try and put some effort into this world for longer than 2 weeks. I do have some goals set for myself, um, in the long run, right? Like I've always wanted to make. Hey, this is pretty cool. I've always wanted to make like a city type of deal or like a small town type of deal in Minecraft. And like I have semi completed that in like a couple servers I played on in the past with, a friend or something like that. But like never really it never really finished per se, right? And I want to try and do that. It's always been a goal. Another one is like coming up with some sort of like rail or like train, kind of railway type of thing That's something I've always wanted to do as well. So yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, what the heck was that? I'm gonna try and do that. Right? I want to at least try. Right. So, and hey, maybe sometimes I might switch it up a little bit. Maybe I'll play some like Skyblock or something. I don't know. I couldn't really tell you. But yeah, I guess that's the primary reason why I'm choosing like Minecraft over another game. Something I talked about in the last video or briefly touched up on was that like these videos aren't being, and I guess I did mention it earlier too, but these videos I'm not editing, right? Or at least if I'm editing them, I'm editing them very minimally. I know in my last video I did put like a little disclaimer in the beginning and uh like a small outro or something like that. And like admittedly, like these videos are only gonna have that outro. Like honestly. These videos are only going to have that outro. And really nothing else. Like there's gonna be no cuts. There's gonna be no music while I'm playing the game. Just gonna be me, the game sounds, and just like my voice, you know. So, and the main reason why like I'm doing no editing is because like I can edit, right? Like I do have like I wouldn't say good skills, but like I would say I have like okay knowledge and okay skills of editing. It's primarily just like it's really exhausting for me at least. It's super exhausting kind of just sitting there in your chair and edit. And that sounds really bad. I'll admit that sounds really bad because there are other people out there, like to name one, Corey Kenshin. I know Corey. Corey has said it multiple times before that he doesn't have an editor and he edits his own videos. And his videos, I mean, especially lately, be really long. His videos are really long, and I know. I think especially for the um, Resident Evil Village video, and more recently that Resident Evil 4 video, where it's kind of like a montage of just him playing full until like the full game. I know those videos took a long time. If he hasn't mentioned it before, wow, this might be the worst Mushroom Island ever. By the way, this is crazy. I have never seen anything like this. Um, I might even waypoint this. um, but no, seriously, like, uh, Corey, I'm pretty sure, um, edits all of his videos. He doesn't have an editor. I'm pretty sure he doesn't intend on getting an editor. Like, I think that's like what he said in the past. I don't remember if I'm gonna be completely honest. Um, but yeah, like I and maybe I just don't want it enough. Excuse me. Maybe I just don't want it enough. Right. Maybe I'm just not dedicated enough. But for me, it's really exhausting. And, especially trying to come up with, I guess, edits that are, I guess, I want to say, because like part of like your YouTube persona, I would think like some of that comes from, how you edit, right? Everybody has their own unique editing style. And some of them, and like part of the personality is how, the videos are edited. The chunks are loading in pretty slowly. Right. Part of it is, how you edit the videos, how the videos are edited. And I guess like I don't want to say like I struggle with coming up with something unique because 100% some of my editing was either literally either ripped or inspired from other content creators, largely Corey. And I didn't want to become like a Corey Kenshin copycat. I wanted to become like me. So, it was kind of exhausting trying to come up with a way of editing that was unique and not so much recycled, right? And again, the large reason why I'm choosing to not cut these videos is because it's just really exhausting for me at least to literally just do the bare minimum and sit here for like honestly, if I had to guess, if I were to edit one of these videos, like it'd probably take like an hour. It really depends on how long the video is. To be completely honest, like my Resident Evil videos that I mentioned in the last episode or my last video, um, those ones took like a crazy amount of time. They took like I want to say like 5 6 hours just to like just to cut up, and it was only like I want to say an hour of gameplay. I think maybe it was 5 to 6 hours to edit as a whole. I don't know. I just remember that cutting it up took a little bit of time, and I didn't like that because again, I mentioned before I wanted to do other things in the day, and I did not like spending my day editing. And I guess you can ask like, why didn't you just like hire an editor? Well, because like again, it goes back to that personality thing. Part of your personality, I think, comes from how your videos are edited, and I think you lose that. I think you lose a fraction. I would say more than a fraction, actually. I think you lose a big part of your identity and authenticity as an entertainer, a content creator, whatever, if you hire an editor. Now, I'm not saying hiring an editor is a bad thing because obviously there's like people that are still successful that do have editors, 100%. And I'm pretty sure like most like successful content creators have editors. Like honestly, um, like I know Vanos Gaming, obviously he has editors. I'm pretty sure he's had editors. Like I'm pretty sure everyone in the Vanos crew has an editor, and they're all successful. And like, you know, for some people, I think it does take away like that authenticity and that personality. But like again, like if you could find someone that like obviously like you have to be selective when you want to hire an editor. It's like you want to still capture that same energy that you captured when you did edit. You know, so you still want to keep that level of I guess entertainment and personality that came with your edits, right? And like again, like for me, like I don't really want to pay someone to do it. Again, it's just the authenticity game. Like regardless of how similar or how good of editing, like if I did hire an editor, regardless of how good or how similar it was to I guess my editing, it just wouldn't feel authentic to me as a person, right? Like I can't sit there and say I did that because obviously I didn't. Right? No matter how similar it is, I still can't claim that work. I did supply the recording, but I didn't do the editing. And like I would say like the editing is like editing I think is 50% of a video. The other 50% is the recording. Right. But moving on from that, I do want to talk about like schedule and like how often these videos are gonna be. I could not tell you, truthfully. I cannot tell you how often these videos will or will not be. They are easy to make because it's literally just me playing a game and playing a game I like and just talking about like any topic. It's really easy. But and I do hope that I can do this like every day, right? What is that, by the way? That I could do this every day, and is this a trap? Like, is this a trap? Um, oh, it's not. That I can do this every day, and oh, that's pretty cool. That I could do this every day. What was that? I kind of like that. That I could do this every day, right? And then like post one of these like every day, right? I think that level of consistency would be good, but I'm not gonna sit here and declare a schedule. I'm not gonna sit here and promise a schedule. 100%, I think there's gonna be days that I miss, and 100% there will probably be like a week that I miss, if anyone even sits and watches these. But yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and promise a schedule, but I'd hope and I'd like, and most likely I could probably get one of these out, every day or so, right? Um, and that leads. Whoa, that is crazy looking. That leads me to like purpose. Now, I suppose. What's the point of these videos? Well, I think I did briefly mention this in the last video or my last video. Was I here before? Did I just make a loop? I don't know if I did. Um, the main reason why I want to do this is because again, I think a lot. I think way too much, and I overthink a lot, and I overthink way too much, and that makes me want to talk about stuff. Have I been here before? Did I just make a loop? I don't think I did. There's no room portal. But like I think a lot. Again, like I think a lot and stuff. And it just makes me want to talk. And I've never had someone or felt like I had someone where um I could just talk about whatever. I could talk about the things that I like, or maybe something that's going on, and they just like listen and actually not only just listen but like be engaged and like be interactive. And I'm trying to do that now, and I think just talking, I think it does that. I think it, as goofy as it might sound, I personally think like it does a lot for me, since I've never really had that kind of person to talk to. So I'm resorting to this. But no, like truthfully, like this is something that like I do want to do. And what I hope to get out of this is not really anything. But at the very realistically, like if I were to say like what would I want out of this? I it's I'm pretty sure I said this on my last one too. I just want people to interact with. Truthfully. That's all I want. I just want people to interact with because I feel like society as a whole, especially today, is so closed off and so. I was here. I literally made a full loop because that's gone. Um, like society as a whole, I think is like extremely closed off, and like I get it because like imagine like trying to make friends and you go up to someone and you try to be their friend and you try to integrate into their friend group, but like it's kind of clear that they don't want you. But like, can you really blame them? Because like change is kind of, I don't want to say bad, but like not really needed if what you have is already going good, right? So like why change the recipe if it's already good and going good? You know, like why would you add another person to a group if said group is, you know, already steady, you know, everybody meshes really well and all that. Everybody gets along with each other. It kind of makes sense, doesn't make sense, you know, like why you would add someone new, you know. And you know, I get it, you know, I get that as a person. But at the same time, it's like nowadays everyone has their own group, has their own cliques and stuff. If you don't have that already, like brother, you're cooked. Like, are you not? It's like if everyone has that same mindset, right? If everyone has that same mindset, you can't get into anywhere, and it's just gonna be you know. And I feel like naturally, other people don't want to be like, and like in terms of like personality, naturally, I feel like other people don't want to be with other people that are too similar in personality with them. Like me personally, I don't really like other people that act like me. I don't know if that's narcissistic or not. To me, it kind of sounds like it, but I don't really like other people that sound like me. Not because of like, oh, I don't want this feeling my spotlight. No, it's because like, like if too many people are too similar, I feel like things just get really dry so quickly, right? It's kind of just like repeating the same thing over and over again. There's really nothing special. So like that's why like diversity and uniqueness and personality is really good in, you know, a group, you know. But like I mean, yeah. So um I guess the last thing I'll talk about is like duration, I guess, like duration of these videos. I don't really know how long these videos will be. It really just depends on like really how I'm feeling and like I guess like the topics that I want to talk about and you know whether or not you know I get tired of talking about something or whatever or I want to go do something else. Um these videos could literally range just spitballing here like from 10 minutes all the way probably to like an hour. Like I'm pretty sure the last video was like 40 minutes or something like that. And this one, I mean, we're already coming up on what like 33 minutes or something, I think. Looking on my second monitor. So I mean, they're going to be pretty long. Probably for the most part. Um but I mean, yeah, you know. So I mean, that's probably how long these videos are going to be. I can't really tell you how long. Um but yeah, I guess I mean, I guess that's it.